Hi everyone, welcome back to Paint Talks. This is the 5th episode, and tonight I'm really excited because I'm going to be chatting to one of my friends. So I'm going to bring her on screen. She's Stephanie Coon, and her business is Rehab to Fab. And if you need to go over and have a look at it, they are beautiful and completely on point every single time. You got to pop over, you got to see it. Let me just bring her up. Dun, 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 Stephanie Coon. Welcome. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Long time no see.
I know. How long has it been since we saw each other? Well, it was the first time we met.
Last January.
Was it last January? Oh, it was.
I think so, yeah. And I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago, because I had some memories pop up on my Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
And Kate shared that photo of all of us looking dorky at the holding those silly signs.
That was fun though. That was a really cool trip.
It was really good fun. I'll just start asking you the questions, because we got a couple of questions that people have messaged in. The ones that I ask everybody. And the reason I ask them all the same ones is because although they're the same questions, the answers are so different.
Yes.
So I
looked over your questions and I was like, how am I going to answer these? I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Going to wing it.
We're just chatting paint, chatting. So the first one is, tell me a little bit about you and your business.
I am Stephanie Coon from Rehab to Fab. I've been doing this for about 5 years. I'd never picked up a paintbrush before 5 years ago. I have 4 kids. I have a 26-year-old, I have a 21-year-old, soon to be 18, and a 16-year-old.
And they're all beautiful. I've seen them.
Oh, thank you. I've been married to my husband, Rob, since right after high school. We were high school sweethearts, and we've been married for 26 years.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's an achievement right there.
Yeah. And we were babies. He was 17 and I was 19 when I got married.
I've seen it. He's pretty gorgeous too, though. He's a keeper.
He's a good man. He's a very good man.
So how did you end up doing this for a living? Because if you didn't, you only started 5 years ago. How did you start?
I started, has a lot to do with my name and my business. A lot of people know this. I know you know this. Yeah. And a lot of people don't know this, but I'm a recovering addict. I have been sober for going on 6 years in April. Always makes me a little nervous talking about this, but I know it's what I'm put on the earth to do, is to talk about my struggles. And we moved from Montana to here about 5 years ago. And I was at home with my daughter, the oldest, who has Down syndrome. And I couldn't work outside the home because I'm her sole caretaker. Yeah. So I could not sit still. I was like, I cannot sit at home all day while the other 3 are at school and my husband's at work. There's no way. And so we bought furniture from one of those crappy furniture stores, mass produced, and it got scratched and dinged within a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I started buying things off Craigslist and just started doing it myself. That's how I got started.
Yeah, I can't remember who we were talking to, and we said most of us are accidental business women, accidental entrepreneurs, because we all end up falling into this business. It's not something people go, do you know what? I think I'm going to be a furniture painter. It's not really one of those things, is it? No.
No, I didn't search for this at all.
No,
I had 1 ounce of creativity in my body. No.
Yeah, me either. I was really old when I realized that I was creative. I was. You know what I mean? I never did art at school.
No.
I never, I'm now looking back, I realized I had been creative. I used to bake and, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I didn't know that. Nobody told me that. I was like, do you know what I mean? I don't know. I just didn't recognize it.
Yeah. I always tell people that, God took one thing away and gave me another thing in disguise. Because an addictive mind, you're obsessive about a lot of things. You want instant gratification. And my husband can tell you, when I start a piece, I don't stop. I'm obsessive over it. I don't sleep well until it's done.
Yeah.
I can sit in the garage for 8 hours a day just to finish it.
Yeah. Yeah. They are beautiful. You can tell. You
Oh,
can
thank
tell.
you.
You're welcome. So before that, you were just as the question is, what was your background before you did it, and did you enjoy what you were doing before that? But you sort of covered a little bit of that, I suppose.
My background before I started painting, or
Yeah,
before? I did a little bit of photography when I lived in Montana.
you can tell
Yeah.
your stuff. You can tell.
Have, expensive Canons and expensive Nikons, but, I grabbed my iPhone to take my pictures.
Mm,
There's just something about their camera that beats, the $800 Canons.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
get beautiful photos with the right lighting. I've got lighting, but
yeah.
those are, they're $50 lightings. You don't have to spend a lot to take good
No.
photos.
Do you get asked that a lot because your
A
pictures are
lot,
very beautiful? Yeah.
yes. And, you just got to know what angles to hit. I used to take some from the floor, laying down, pointing up, and it was probably the worst decision I ever made. I look back at those photos, I'm like, what was I trying to do? Make it look bigger?
Yeah, but we don't know until we know.
Yep, yep. You got it. You can't be scared. You just got to try it.
Yeah, yeah,
I was a stay-at-home mom, with my oldest having Down syndrome. I was with her all the time with Special Olympics, and I got pushed into being, this is an odd thing, but a bus driver when I lived in Montana. People don't realize that I did weird that I was a substitute bus driver.
that was crazy. But like
Yeah,
a big bus.
a big yellow bus. Yep.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I did. I put it in 180 went to advanced driving school, and they taught you how to do things with a bus, and I did a 180 in a bus. It was so fun. I looked at the instructor and I said, "Can I do it again?" He's like,
Oh. No, you crazy woman, get out the bus.
it was fun. Driving a
Yeah,
bus was a lot of fun, but it pushed me because I never thought I could do it. Because to learn to drive a big rig like that, you have to go through a lot of testing and a lot
yeah,
of schooling. And I never been to college, and I never done anything like that. So to sit down and teach myself how to do that, it was pretty cool.
big
So
deal. Yeah,
yeah, so to put in things I do with these pieces of furniture, some techniques I've never done it.
no,
You just
yeah.
got to yourself.
Lots of people learn. Lots of people like to be taught, but some people
Yep.
just, if I see it, I can do it.
Yep.
But if reading a written tutorial don't really work for me.
No.
Not really. I need to be able to see it.
Yeah. I've been trying to learn how to use my new sewing machine my mom and dad got me for Christmas. I don't have a flipping clue.
No, but I bet if you get out of the box and give it a try, you'll probably be all right.
I'm taking a class on Wednesday at Joanne Fabrics. Sewing for dummies.
I can't sew a straight line, even with a sewing machine.
Oh, I am not spending $50 on a pillow. I'm going to make my own.
No, yeah, I agree. So, what's your favorite aspect about this business?
Oh dear.
Mm,
Probably for me, it's the customers' faces.
mm,
I don't do a lot of commission work. I've been burned on commission work once or twice, and I don't. I'm doing one right now. I just finished one for a nursery, but it was my piece already.
yeah,
And she told me what she wanted, and I was like, "Well, I'm going to paint it anyway, so I'll paint it the color you want."
yeah,
But my favorite aspect is probably the customers who ooh and ah.
yeah,
And I get emails and texts years later.
yeah,
Can you do another one? Can you do this? So that's probably the most rewarding for me.
yeah. I think that's why I recognise it to be something else that I did. So when I cooked, and I fed people and they were happy,
Yep.
it's the same sort of thing, isn't it?
It is.
It's not the same, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That
When
sense
your
of,
husband looks at you and goes, "Oh wow, can you make that again?"
yeah, yeah, that's awesome.
Can we see comments? I can't see any comments.
Can you not? I'm sure there's somewhere on there that says you can see them. Sandy Campbell's just said, your work is so fabulous, Stephanie. Love your style and you are always a source. You always source really great pieces. Look at that beauty behind you.
I hunt 24/7. I posted the other day what your iPhone tells you how much screen time you have.
Yeah, yeah.
I had over 60 hours in a week.
What?
Yes.
That's
My
crazy,
husband looked at
crazy.
me, he says, "You didn't know that?" No.
It
He said
sort
that
of it sort of
I
puts it into perspective, doesn't it?
so
When
I
it tells
hunt.
you.
The hunt is kind of like that, it's like that addictive. You just kind of you hunt for the perfect piece, and it's rewarding when you finally, they sell it to you and not 20 other people who are in line
Yeah,
willing to spend over, what they're asking for.
yeah,
So yeah, I hunt for my pieces.
yeah. It's time consuming.
Very time consuming. And it's because I don't do a lot of commission work. It's the advertisement.
Yeah,
It's the
you've got to
constant
find.
listing of your pieces and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work.
yeah, yeah. The girl. So I'll sell mine from the shop, so I don't really have to do that. But
Yeah.
a lot of the girls that I know over here that paint, they got to sell every single piece that they do
Yeah.
because there's nobody coming in to have a look at it to buy it, sort of thing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I've looked at renting a space in town. One, it's expensive. And two, I would be there 24/7. And
yeah.
I've got 4 kids and a husband who works like a dog, and then 2 fur
Oh
babies.
yeah, yeah.
But
Oh, he's cute. But I'll see him on your Instagram stories.
yeah.
Winston, is it Winston?
Huh?
Is he called Winston?
Winston is our dog and Lola is
Yeah,
our cat. Lola
yeah.
likes to photobomb, but she's so cute with her mustache that I don't mind it.
Yeah, she's cute. So can you see? Is there anywhere on there that that it says something about
No,
the
I
comment?
bet if I looked on my phone, but I don't want to keep looking down at my phone.
Samantha Gold said, "I'll spend hours on my phone looking for pieces," and then somebody else said that they hate knowing how much time they spend on there.
Yeah.
And somebody called Becky Ash Mitchell said, "Hi, Steph."
Hi.
I don't
Where's
know.
everybody tuning in from? Who's
Um,
on my phone?
not sure. They should tell us where people are watching from. They should let us know. What would you say the challenges are for people, for creative people in this business? What's the biggest thing that what's the biggest challenge you got to overcome?
Self-doubt.
You think?
Oh yeah. I doubt every time I pick up a brush and I go to paint a piece of what I have in my mind. I doubt was like, will this sell?
Really?
Look good? What am I thinking? And then my husband, who's my biggest critic, walk by and he'll say, "Are you done? That's done." So he can be a jerk sometimes, but I love him. And then it's a self gratifying when I do finally post it and people are going ooh and ah, and I look at him and say, "See, they like it."
Yeah, yeah. They're the ones who got to buy. I think men have got an issue with the whole piece of furniture not being painted.
Yes, my
With
white
bits
one,
in
he
this.
didn't like
Yeah,
it.
yeah. My dad pops to the shop occasionally, not very often, and he goes, "Is that finished? Is that finished?" I'm like,
What
yeah, yeah.
with men in that?
I don't know. It's just not finished for them, is it? Or
No,
it needs mending because it's not finished.
fixers. Men are fixers and they want to fix everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
So I suppose lots of painters do. I mean, I don't know why you would think that. I mean, how many pieces of furniture do you need to do and see how beautiful they are and how well they're received before you think, oh, I've got this nailed?
Never. I think there's a sense of humbleness that every artist needs to keep because I think it pushes you to outdo your last one, to be even better.
Yeah.
Get those artists out there who are like, well, I've made it. I am the. It just,
Mm,
it kind of, to me, just rubs off the wrong way. I
yeah.
try to keep humble with my work and how I paint.
Yeah. Well, they're beautiful.
Oh,
We
thank
should.
you.
I wanted to do that last time. Well, I'm going to post some in underneath.
Oh,
A
that
couple of
would
people.
be cool.
Work. Yeah. We'll put a link to your page anyway up on the
Okay.
live when it's finished. Because if they haven't been over, they need to go over and get some inspiration. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Um, it's probably from my most I admire her the most out of every artist I've ever seen, and she doesn't actually paint anymore. You ever heard Leslie Stalker?
Oh, it sounds familiar.
Colorways. You'll
Oh,
see
yeah.
stuff
Yes,
on
of course. Of
Instagram.
course, yeah.
I followed her. She was my first person that I've ever followed, and just the way she blended her paint and everything. But she told me when I was asking for advice, she told me, she said, always know your worth. She's when you're selling pieces and how much money and how much time and how much talent you put in it, know your worth and sell accordingly. Don't undersell. Don't drop it because nobody's buying. Know your worth.
It's difficult. That's the difficult part,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Holding
Yeah.
off. And I've learned to take my heart out of it. Like if somebody says, oh, I'm going to come buy it and they don't show up, I'm like, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
And my husband always tells me, you know, it always sells at just the right time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. What else would we ask? If so, in our business, because we have to do everything, don't we? We have to be the photographer and the finder and the painter and the stager and the
Yeah.
you know, do all the paperwork. So, which one of those jobs inside your business is your favorite thing to do?
Staging.
Is it? You can
Yes.
tell. I
I
think I thought you were going to say photography because it's
yeah.
that.
I love the staging. There's just something about sitting back and I'm looking at the piece I just finished that's across the room and I'm like, it's just like you're doing this through the camera, you know,
Yeah.
as I'm sitting here popping Motrin because I'm so sore from working.
Oh, you've got a bad back, haven't you?
I've
That's
had rotator cuff surgery. I've had neck fusion. I've had my C4 and C5 fused. I have carpal tunnel. You know, it's just the nature of the beast, and I'm not one to slow down. I just
get
keep
on with it.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be a day where I probably can't do it anymore,
Yeah.
but I still can now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. Somebody said people definitely need to pop over to her page and see her work if they haven't already.
Oh,
And Sally said the latest white is not boring; it's just gorgeous.
thank you, Sandy.
That was a beautiful piece. It was a beautiful piece.
And I hem and hawed on how to paint that because I didn't want to cover it up. I didn't want to cover every inch of it with paint and hide all the beauty of it. And
Yeah.
I'm always trying to outdo my last one. It's exhausting. It's
Yeah.
very exhausting.
We are our own worst bosses.
We are.
Yes. Yes, we are. Kate said, show us. Oh, I think she's talking about your new piece that you've just done.
I'm staging it today and posting it, so you'll see it.
Top secret until it's live.
Well, the customer who's buying it, she's pregnant and she's due in the next couple months, and she's using it as her baby's changing table in her nursery.
That's nice. Nice to be able to do that. What's your best advice? If somebody is thinking about starting out in this industry, they've maybe got the bug with the paintbrush, and what would be your advice to them?
Oh dear. See, for me, that's hard because I don't do this for the money. I don't do this for the fame. This is my therapy. You know, if I'm like, I don't do a lot of Facebook Lives. It stresses me out. You don't stress me out. This does not stress me out because I'm not teaching. I'm trying to teach somebody my techniques. It's hard to get what's in here in front of a camera.
Yeah.
So for somebody who's just starting out, you have to know why you're doing it. Are you doing it because you're bored and you just want to do, you know, because you want therapy, or are you wanting to make some money? And if you're making money, just know if you're going to start a store, and you would know this, you have very little time to paint.
And I have very little time to be creative.
Yeah.
So I have to do a certain amount of white pieces because they sell and my clients like them, and I have to do, you know, and so that it just limits the time for me to go, oh, what can I do with this one?
Yeah.
Actually, I've got to paint it and get it out on the floor. Sort of.
So for you to get your therapy through your painting, it's hard. So somebody who's starting out, I would tell them, you know, you have to decipher what avenue do you want to do, you know, because I've been asked to do all kinds of stuff and put my pieces in stores, and it just stresses me out. And
Yeah.
if I can't do this for therapy, why am I doing it?
Yeah. Because really your business model is very different to everybody else's, isn't it?
It
You haven't
is.
got a website. You got a, you don't you know you do your business on Facebook, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's quite it's a different model to most other people.
Yeah.
How you've done it.
I don't blog. I don't do YouTube. I do Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. I have
Yeah.
no desire. I tried the blogging thing, hated it with a passion. I
Mm.
don't like sitting at the computer, and I want to
Yeah.
be in the garage
Yeah. Yeah. I
doing my.
know what you. I do enjoy doing it, and I really do enjoy the computer stuff as well. But I know what you mean. If it's most people start it like you said because they like it or it just makes them feel good, and the next thing you know, you're filing tax and
Yeah,
doing invoices, and you know it's
because even from doing it from my garage, I have to do my taxes. I have to
yeah
do my mileage, my how much I'm spending. You know, I have to claim it every quarter, do my federal taxes. It's a lot of work, even as a therapeutic hobby that makes money.
yeah
And I've
yeah,
always said that, you know, from day one, that I was never going to work for it. I was always going to make my business work for me.
and that's difficult to stick to.
Mm-hmm.
That
Very difficult to stick to.
because you work with lots of different brands of paint as well, don't you?
Yeah, I
So,
worked with Heirlooms Traditions. I worked with Fusion for a little bit, came out and taught there. I worked with Prima Marketing in the
yeah,
redesign collection. And right now I'm a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle, and I'm getting ready to go down to Florida and teach to their retailers. It's that, I mean, to go to Florida and teach, that'll be fun because I do better with face to face, like I did with
yeah,
you guys, than I do over YouTube or Facebook Live.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So even that's a unique situation for furniture painters.
Yeah.
So you've nailed it really.
If I
But
if I could just travel and teach, oh heck yeah.
yeah, literally living the dream.
Yeah.
What do you do? Well, I'll
Let's
just
get to UK and teach. I'll be there.
yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Could have everybody who's come on said the same thing. Need to come over there. I think I'll need to do a thing. You
Yes,
know,
do.
that's the professional word for it. A thing. Yeah, get everybody to come over and see if we can fill it up with people and just get classes done. That'd be really good, wouldn't it? I'll add it to the list of things to do.
Add
The
me
average list.
there. I just need a little bed. I don't need a big bed.
I've got a spare room. It'd be good though if we could do it. Sandy said, exciting times being able to share your skills. She loved meeting you in Canada, and yes, get your butt over to the UK. She said,
Did she say
"No, no, didn't." Did I nearly say it with my lips and changed it? Yeah. Somebody else said, "We want you over here." Somebody said, "Good question. I'm a lazy stager, but I'm not sure what that was in."
I should do a YouTube showing people how to stage?
Yeah, because like I said, I've never really had to do it. I've ordered a shop, so I'm pretty rubbish at it. You know,
Yeah.
it's they're
Who did
all right.
stage?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Well, because although I haven't got a stage to sell, I have got a stage a little bit to put the picture on Facebook so that it
Yeah.
don't look like I'm a loser. You know, I need to
Yeah.
actually. So, you know, I'll try my best, but it's not something I've ever concentrated on.
I would
So
love a staging place in my garage because otherwise I bring every piece inside my house in my dining room. This is my dining room, my formal dining room.
that piece behind you is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It's filled with paint.
I remember you did that. You showed us on a Facebook Live once.
Yeah.
You're painting all the
It's
different.
I bought that off Craigslist. Some guy was selling it for $175.
Wow.
It's an old post office cabinet, and his dad had it in his doctor's office.
Has it got a roller that you pull
Yeah,
down?
that all rolls down, and these all
Lock
roll
up.
inside. Yeah, you can. That all rolls down.
That is amazing piece.
It's my most treasured piece, and come to find out, it's probably worth about 5 to 7 grand.
Winner.
Yeah, it ain't going anywhere. And Rob's like, "Are you gonna do anything to it?" It's like, I ain't touching that thing with the 10-foot pole. No.
No, no, that is a beautiful piece.
I use hemp oil on it every now and then because it's so
Yeah,
dry here in Colorado.
yeah, that's gorgeous.
Thank you.
So the last question, not that we're finished, but the last question is, tell us 3 random facts about you that we wouldn't know.
Oh dear.
I know this is a really difficult question to answer.
3 X. Holy crap, Sarah.
I know.
I am deathly afraid of clowns.
Really?
Yeah, I have nightmares about clowns. When they came out, and all because of Stephen King's It when I was a kid.
Yes.
That is what stirred it. And when they came out with the second one,
No, I don't do horror films.
I don't like scary movies. I like scary movies, but I don't like clowns.
No, I'm a real scaredy cat. I don't like them at all.
You don't at all, huh?
No. When I was younger, I used to really, really like them. I used to read horror books. I've read a lot. And basically, I don't want that in my head anymore. So even watching it, like sometimes the kids watch one and, you can hear the scary music. I'm like, turn that down. I can't bear even listening to it. Freaks me out. I don't like it.
My husband doesn't like scary movies either. And we watched one movie, it was called The Grudge. And she does this voice in The Grudge. And he'll be in the room and I'll crawl in on all 4.
No, that is cruel.
Oh, I love to torture him. It's so fun.
That's so mean.
That's what happens when you get married as teenagers. You grow up together, picking on each other.
Queen is on here. She said hi. Hi,
Hey,
my girl. We're talking to you and me.
She was at the General Finishes conference that I taught at, and I taught her how to use those clay molds.
Yeah.
And I taught how to use cornstarch in them, just the dust, the cornstarch in the clay mold. She decided to bake a cake in it, and she had cornstarch all over her. And I still yell at her. I said, "We're not trying to bake a cake, girl." That was fun. 2 other random facts. Oh,
yeah.
I have moved 11 times and lived in 9 different states.
Wow. 11 times?
I've moved 11 times. In the last 26 years.
So your husband's got a job that he moves around then?
Well, he was in the Coast Guard, the U.S. Coast Guard,
oh.
right after we got married. And then now he works for the railroad. So the Coast Guard, you moved a lot.
Yeah.
And then railroad, to move up in the company, you move a lot.
Yeah.
But I could live and die here in Colorado. It's by far my most favorite place we've lived.
So where else have you lived that you liked?
San Diego, California. And
nice.
then I'm from Michigan. We lived in St. Louis, Missouri, Virginia Beach, Virginia. And then probably my second, just below Colorado, is probably Newport, Rhode Island. Love New England. Love that whole area, the nauticalness of it.
Yeah.
Moved back home for a little bit. We had a tour there. Went to California. Left the Coast Guard. He joined the railroad, BNSF Railroad. We lived in Montana for 6 years.
You don't?
No.
I've always wanted to go.
Because the part that it's in your mind.
Yes, I know, yeah.
Is about this. It's like a quarter of the state.
I'll read a lot. So I've romanticized that somewhere from one of the books that I've read. And it's like beautiful mountains and, no, okay.
That's on the west side of the state, and it's a very small area.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We lived about 40 miles from Canada in the middle of nowhere called Havre, Montana. And I tell people it wasn't hell, but you could see it from there.
Did you hear about how?
Yeah, I've been there.
In Michigan, is it how there's a town in
Michigan, yep.
And when they've had this bad weather over there, it froze over.
Hell froze over.
was minus 35 degrees, so hell froze over.
How long have you been wanting to tell people that?
I've been talking about it, and no one else is taking it seriously apart from me. They're all like, whatever. Just
Well, when it gets 40 below in Havre, Montana, and you're a school bus driver, it's not fun.
Oh, see, I don't like being cold. I would die, I think, if I had to be.
I about did. It was cold. But it's where I got sober, too. So, God has to bring you to your knees.
Yeah.
Up. So, it had its perks, but that was about it.
We'll let it off then.
That'll be that.
Quita said that she'd go crazy.
Not sure. She would.
And somebody else said her parents were missionaries and they were always on the move. So I've always lived in the same place.
I love it. I'm a gypsy at heart. I love the thrill of packing everything up, and especially purging. I'm gonna have a hard time purging here. The movers are
you gonna have to move again?
Oh yeah, we won't be here forever. We won't be here. We've tried to get to Texas where Quita's at, but it's just they hire different people, or that's the job.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Texas too, but I'll probably demand to that.
It's very hot.
I like hot. She says, "Does it mean that your husband wore one of those red cozies?" No, he wasn't in Baywatch. He was a Coast Guard.
God, no. He wasn't running on the beach either.
No. Somebody said,
when we were in California, he was on a ship, and he was gone for 3 months at a time. And he went down to South America, and then they go up to the Bering Sea in Alaska. So yeah, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
I don't miss him being gone.
No, but you miss them when they're gone.
Yep. And now our daughter's in the Air Force, so.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah.
How cute did she look?
Huh?
In her uniform. How cute did she look in her uniform?
Oh, she's a beauty. My little Hannah Rose.
Yeah, she is. Somebody else said, Vicky Brown said, when I was in Canada, we used to use the yellow school buses to get to work. Once when it was minus 52, the bus batteries froze and we had to walk anyway.
Well, they leave your cars running in Montana. You go into Walmart to go grocery shop and they leave the cars running.
See, that's illegal.
If you turn them off, they'll freeze.
Yeah.
And then you plug them in at night.
Plug them in?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean plug them in?
There's a battery charger. The battery will freeze at a certain temperature, and there's a block heater that goes on the battery, and you plug that in at night to keep the battery from freezing. See?
That's crazy.
I taught you something.
Yeah. That's nuts. I just couldn't be that cold. I just couldn't. It makes me absolutely miserable. I hate it. I'd rather starve to death.
When all my family were complaining about their cold in Michigan, I'm like, that's nothing.
Yeah. Shh.
For a couple days. Go away.
Kate said, must have been hard with him being away for so long. Yeah.
It was very hard.
Yeah. Let me just have a look. There are some more questions. The other question was I had already asked you. It was about your staging, and you'd already said about that. So we said that your photographs are beautiful and haven't had any professional.
I get a lot of customers who will buy unseen because of my staging.
Yeah.
And I think that always worries my husband. He's like, but they haven't seen it. I said, well, they really have, because I take such detailed pictures. I mean, I get real up close to the texture and whatnot.
Yeah. They're not going to be disappointed when they see it, are they?
No. And if they come pick it up and they don't like it, then here's your money back.
Yeah, of course. Somebody said, ask Stephanie, where did she get her cap?
Crap. I think I got this at Target.
Well, I think the lady who asked is in England, so she's dipped right out. She's not going to get one of those. Somebody said there's a nice snow coming to Michigan tomorrow, Antoinette.
It was 61 here the other day in Colorado.
But you get really, your temperatures are really high, and then the freezing cold is snowing.
Yep.
It's crazy weather. That's
I
crazy,
think we're supposed
crazy
to get
weather.
snow on Wednesday, and it's supposed to be high of 57 today.
That's mad, isn't it?
It's weird, but I love it. I love it because it'll snow and then it'll melt in 3 days.
Yeah.
And it'll snow, then it'll melt.
Well, I'll tell you what's really funny is in the UK, although we've always had miserable wet weather, we don't get snow often. But when we do, the entire country comes to a standstill.
Are you serious?
I'm absolutely serious. They're, you know, they tell you for 3 or 4 days we might have snow, and when it comes, the school shut down. We're talking about an inch of snow, but because we're not prepared for it, because
Nobody knows how to drive in it.
no one can drive in it, and then if you can't drive it, it's all of that. But literally, the whole of the UK comes to a standstill. It's ridiculous.
Oh my word!
Yeah. So when we left the retreat last January, and it was nice and snowy where we were. We get back to England and there's an inch of snow and everything's stopped. I think we've just flown out, and do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Everybody go to the grocery store and get milk and bread.
Yeah. Like like it does at Christmas.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, the store's open one day after Christmas, everybody, and then their shopping trolleys are like this, aren't they?
We're getting ready to go to the mountains in a couple of weeks for my birthday and go snowmobiling.
All right, because you go out on your Jeep, don't you, and do like
Well,
off-road.
well, you're not taking the Jeep because the trails are all closed right now. We'll take my other car and go up there. But yeah, it's beautiful. I love in the summertime. That's where we're at in the
So do
mountains.
you got a cabin or something?
We are just now. He talked me into getting a tent, and
You're
we're
gonna go glamping.
That ain't glamping.
Yeah, you would have to bring my mattress.
You gotta dig a hole.
Well, yeah, but is there bears? Is there any wildlife?
We don't have any grizzlies here. We did in Montana. We don't have grizzlies here. We don't have. They say there's not any wolves, but I think there is. There's black bears, but they're not as aggressive as grizzly bears.
Yeah, but they're still like an animal. Like they're about 6, 7 feet tall, aren't they?
Yeah, they won't bother.
What? Hi, what? They don't bother you, but don't they come and eat your food and stuff?
Yeah, if you don't properly put it away, you were supposed to keep it, so many feet in the air on the tree, or put it in a box that is bear proof. Some campgrounds have these boxes that are huge for bear proof for you to store your food.
So basically, they just wait for all of you lot to come to the campsite, sniff the food, and then
or they eat you. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's not Winnie the Pooh, is it?
No.
No.
Where we're going, they have lots of moose, and I saw my first moose.
Oh my God, we saw that. That was beautiful.
It was amazing, and they're huge. They're like the size of a full-grown horse. They're huge.
Yeah.
That
one had a little baby with it, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was beautiful. What's your favorite style of painted furniture, and do you see any trends on the horizon?
Oh dear. My style, I'm a more neutral person. I'll get people ask me if I'll paint a piece for them, and I'll tell them, I don't do bright colors. I think the brightest color I do is a emerald green. I don't do yellows. I don't do turquoise. It's just not. If I can't put it in my home, if it won't go in my home, I don't do it.
See, a lot of people who are successful at selling do exactly that. So they love it first, they would keep it. And so if they love it, you can sell it if you love it, can't you?
Yeah. I don't do, like, I had one girl who asked me to paint a piece for her that was already painted white, and it was latex paint. And before she could even tell me she wanted to paint turquoise, I already told her no. Because I don't paint over already painted pieces unless I strip it.
Yeah.
Because you never know if that foundation fails.
Yeah.
What's your foundation going to do? What is your finish going to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you can't go with
it. Paint at all.
No. So you only paint bare wood then, basically. And if it's not, you strip it yourself and make it.
Yeah. I think the only piece, the mini buffet that I did a couple years ago had 3 layers of automotive spray paint on. and that stuff is like hard as rocks once it's done.
Yeah.
And I started stripping it, and it took me a week to strip it. I had to remove 2 layers of veneer on top. By the time I was done, I was like, hell, I'm not going to make any money off it just by the time I put it. I'm just going to keep it. Because I
Did
have a
you?
scar. I have a scar from it, from hurting myself trying to get that veneer off. I'm like, I might as well keep it.
So you kept it?
I kept it, and because those mini buffets are rare, I've only come across maybe 2 or 3 in the 5 to 6 years that I've been doing this.
Yeah.
And it,
So you grabbed.
it was beautiful underneath all that latex or that automotive paint.
That's crazy. Who would use it? Well, they use all sorts of different things, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Well, that's what they're going to be saying about our pieces in about 50, 60 years. I can't believe they covered that up.
I know, but I just always, I understand why, especially if they're older. I understand why people feel that way.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't because I paint, but I do understand why they do. So when they come into the shop, it's usually older and it's usually men. To be fair, that comment on it to me anyway, and they always, and I'll just say, look, it probably would have ended up in landfill.
Yeah.
I'm not gouging the wood with a hammer. I'll just put some paint over the top of it. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And if the trend comes back around later on that everybody has, wood pieces again, it's a simple strip job. It's not. We're not damaging it.
No,
So
and the paint that you're using is not going to take an arm and a leg to get it off.
no, of
It's
course
not
not.
automotive paint that took me a week and then I had to hose it down.
Yeah, yeah, no. But we do come across that a lot, and I think even in some of the groups, where we post our work, sometimes we get people like, I can't believe you've painted that. It was beautiful, and I think, yeah, it was beautiful, but it was on the way to the tip.
Yep.
And so I think the trouble is nowadays the way the furniture is made, then it's not made to last on purpose. But you'll go buy some more next year or the year after. Whereas years ago, that wasn't the ethos, was it? So
Yeah.
they were made really well, and they were made to last.
Yeah.
And so they've got these pieces in their home that are made to last, but maybe they don't go with their decor anymore. And so a simple paint job is keeping that piece of furniture, just blending it with your decor. That's all really, isn't it? Mm.
I've learned to know what to paint, what not to paint. Like this, I will never paint.
Yeah, me, I wouldn't paint that.
And then that lion feet one I did, I had to paint it because it needs so much work.
Yeah.
I mean, I have more Bondo on that than a car.
Yeah, at the shop, we get some pieces. If they're beautiful and they're wood and they've got a lovely patina on them and they're not too orange, because if they're orange toned, they won't sell. Not for me anyway. Then I'll try to keep it. But as a rule, I think because people expect the furniture to be painted, they sort of ignore it. It gets ignored. If it's not painted, they sort of look past it.
Yeah.
So I do leave them as long as I possibly can. And then if they don't go, then I'll paint them. And then instantly everyone goes, oh, that's gorgeous. I think it's been there for months.
Yeah.
So
I've never seen it.
No, they don't take any notes of it if it's brown.
I have a buffet in the basement that I picked up off Craigslist. Got it home. I thought it was mid-century modern. Got it home. Come to find out, it's from the 1700s. And I was just like, holy crap.
What did you do with it?
I have it downstairs in the basement. I've been trying to find a licensed antique dealer to come into my house and give me some, because when we move, when the time does come for us to move, I want to have a paper saying how much this sucker's worth.
Yeah.
Because if the moving company damages it, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
So I want somebody to come give me an appraisal on it. I ain't touching it.
No, good idea. Over here we've got lots and lots of antiques.
Mm-hmm.
So on like some of the American sites that I look at, what they call antique is not what we would call antique over here. So
how old is an antique over there?
Over 100 years. Oh,
that's what it is here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
What
well,
people listed on Craigslist. It's 40s and it's an antique, and I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's vintage. It's vintage.
Vintage, yeah.
Yeah, we love vintage, but we get some amazing furniture over here.
The piece I'm talking about is from England.
Yeah, Yeah, we've got some. We are lucky, and I live near the coast, so
Oh, wow.
I get lots of furniture from France,
Do
which
you
is amazing.
really?
Yeah, but it's mostly oak, and everybody says, "Oh, have you painted it?" But it's still damaged, So
Yeah,
it's solid oak, but it's just most of it's not pretty enough to leave as it is.
really.
But
That's
yeah,
my
we do.
favorite style to do is like a French. I love the French details on pieces and doing the texture, the Venetian texture on it, and that's what I'm teaching at the Dixie Belle
Is it?
retreat. Yep, I'm doing like that marbles, those marble end tables that I did,
Yeah.
and I used their sea spray, which is kind of like Fusion's fresco,
Yes.
and build up a texture on it, make it look like Venetian texture on it.
Yeah. The stuff you can do that is good, and that you can.
Yeah,
There's so many different things you can do with it, and it's just simple. But you
yeah,
got to play. You've got to have a play with it.
yeah.
What I like, one of my favourite ones of yours, apart from that black one you did recently. Love that.
Which one?
You did a black piece, and it was lots of wood showing through.
Oh, is that the one with the lion feet?
Maybe, yeah.
It's
Is it black?
actually, it looks black, but it's actually like a dark, dark blue. It's my
Oh,
favorite dark colors to use is the
that
really
is beautiful. It
blues.
was black. But I also like the Frenchy style that you do. The blue, the white, the blue, and a little bit of beige that you do,
Hmm.
and the little. I love that. Every time I see that one, I love that. Have you got a
Do I
favorite one that you do?
do I have a favorite piece I've done or a favorite?
Yeah, favorite finish or piece, whichever one.
Probably the textured one, the Venetian textured one. I did the
Yeah,
buffet or the armoire, the big armoire I did with the gold leaf. That was
yeah,
with the texture, and then the marble end table. I just like to be able to take a really shiny surface and make it look like it's been stuck in an old French farmhouse for centuries.
yeah. Painted with layers and layers of paint.
Yes.
So
But I also
altered
love
and
working with milk paint too. Love milk paint.
I like I love milk paint because I think customers don't like it as much as fusion. I mean, they should. It's just I think it's the whole having to mix it and are they going to do it right? And you can't actually do it wrong. But
Yeah.
some it puts people off. But I love using it because you can just layer it and layer it and layer it. And there's so many things
It
you can
has
do.
a mind of its own.
Yes, I love it.
You got to get
Yes.
past that. If you have OCD, you won't like milk paint.
No, no, you have got to go where it takes you, haven't you? It
Yep.
just does what it wants to do. Altered ending hand. Is that Our name's gone right at my head. Anyway, she said, "I'm so jealous that you have easy access to real antique French pieces. They're my favourite. Yeah, they are. They're gorgeous.
I'm going to have to, when I come over there, take a boat and come back with a bunch of them.
Well, it's funny because the guy that I get the furniture from, he does because I haven't got time to source my own like I used to. There's not enough time in the day for that.
Yeah.
But he's amazing. He knows what I like, so he's really, really good.
You have your
But
own furniture shopper?
yeah, but it don't work like that over here. So he's an antique dealer,
Uh-huh.
and so he works with the trade, and so basically he goes to France, he comes back in the lorry, and he opens the lorry and he goes, "What do you want?" And so I go, "Oh, I'll
Really?
have that." Yeah,
Holy crap, I need that.
yeah. But he also does. He's also got a place. It's not his place, but it's his friend's place in Texas. He's got a big.
Really?
His friend's got a big mall in Texas, and he does. So he shipped furniture over there. Yeah,
That's cool. I
yeah,
need some shopping for me. I wouldn't do 60 hours a week on my phone if I had.
yeah, yeah. Get yourself a shopper. Yeah, surely, people do that over there, don't they?
Yeah. They have
Yeah.
people that have, well, doesn't
Pickers? Pickers.
Iris do that? Doesn't she have somebody who shops for her?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I think
Is
so.
it called Pickers?
Huh?
Is it called Pickers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't have
Yeah.
it. I am my own picker.
Did you end up telling us the 3 random facts about you, or was it just 2?
I think just 2. Oh gosh.
I know it's really difficult, isn't it?
Random facts.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Altered Ending Painted said she has a picker and she's amazing.
I need a
Oh,
I need a hire a high school kid to come do all my prep work too.
yeah, yeah,
The most time
definitely.
consuming.
Yeah. But no one can ever do it as good as you.
No, that's
I
the thing.
think we're all,
I
we're all
can't
control freaks.
hire somebody.
Mm, we're all control freaks.
Yep.
Vicky Brown said she has a shopper. She's called Mother. So our mum must do her.
Aw.
That's good.
I
Altered Ending
mother's
Painted. I can't remember what she's
I don't
called.
have family here.
Oh, of course. So when you move around, your family obviously stays where they
Yeah.
come from.
Yeah, my mom and dad, we're born and raised in Michigan. They just moved to California to be near my sister, and my dad's health is better out there in California than in Michigan. So my
I could
sister
have been
and there.
like your mum when I
Huh?
saw photos of you. I saw photos of you and your mum and your dad. And
Yes.
you know when you see a child and they are like half of each person, you couldn't deny he was your dad or she was your mum. Do you know what I mean? They're just
I know.
so similar.
I'll post a picture of me on Facebook and it instantly wants to tag my mother.
Does it? You do really, really look like your mum. I
You
look
do.
like mum as well.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to cry. I was really young, obviously, because I love her now and she's beautiful. And I wouldn't moan. I wouldn't moan to look like her at all. But when you're 13, you don't want to be told that you're your mini mum. I was going, I don't want to look like my mum.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't mind now though, but yeah.
My husband tells me he knew when he started dating me that I was the one to marry because my mother was beautiful. So he knew what I was going to look like when I was
Oh,
older.
he's so cute. You need to keep him.
He is a good keeper.
Yes, it is. It's Nicole. Sorry, I did know that. I was just lost. Nicole from
Yeah.
Altered Ending. Yeah, I was just trying to think of her name. Sorry, Nicole. I did know, but it was just stuck in the brain. I've been away for the weekend with all the girls from Fusion.
Huh?
We've been away for the weekend. A couple of us.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We went down to Cornwall. We had a
Was it?
lovely time. Do you watch Doc Martin?
No.
Oh, it's like a TV program. It's about anyway. We were in Cornwall. It was
Okay.
right down in the southwest of the UK. Beautiful beaches and the color of the sea. When we were down, I took some photos. I stuck them on Facebook. It was like instead of being blue, it was sort of like a greeny aqua. It was beautiful. I've never seen it that color
Oh,
before.
wow.
It was really beautiful. Kate said we were well behaved.
That's a lie. I know that.
Lie.
That's a lie.
Lie. A little bit of a lie. We were good, but we did have
Confusion. I know that's a lie.
fun. Yeah, we went to Port Isaac.
Okay.
It was beautiful. So
No,
where
the
do
only
you?
show I ever watched from over there was Downton Abbey.
Oh yeah,
They have a
yeah.
movie coming out now.
I know that house. It's
Oh,
amazing. We have got lots of beautiful stately homes, not quite as grand as that one, but everywhere. Do you know what I mean? We are lucky. We've got nice history.
it would be so fun to come over and see all that.
And of course, I'm in Plymouth, so we are. We've got the Mayflower Steps, so where the Pilgrim Fathers left
No
for America.
way.
So we've got the actual step where they moored the boat, and we've got a list of they're all put in stone as a list of every single person that was on the passenger list.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. My first shop was actually down there, right next there, and we used to get really, really lots of American tourists come in because of the Mayflower Steps. So it's a popular destination.
That would definitely be neat to come.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could leave my husband here. I don't think he would ever stay though if I did come.
Where do you normally go then when you holiday?
The mountains.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all, I mean, for us, it's all right here in our backyard. I mean, we're 45 minutes and you're right in the Rocky Mountain National Park.
Amazing. We've got nice. I live near the moor, so I've got Dartmoor literally on my back doorstep and the sea at my front. So
Oh my gosh, I miss the ocean. I miss the water.
yeah, I always forget that because if you're in the middle, you're so far away from the actual.
Oh
We
yeah.
take it for
We have
granted.
lakes and rivers and that's about it.
So Nicole said that we should organise a tour for everybody to come.
We should.
Well, I reckon we could do it if we got you to do a workshop. If we got everybody to do a workshop and sold it, it'll get us everybody here.
That would be fun.
Word.
We have the other brand ambassador for Dixabel, Christina from Bella Vera.
Right.
She's moving to Germany. So she's invited me to come over and do things with her over there in Germany too. So that would be fun to do a one trip stunt and just get it all done.
Right, the world tour.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think that could work.
I'll tell her I'll see you in a month.
Oh, Shane. He'd miss you. He would have to come with you. Yeah. Oh. So I don't think somebody said well behaved. We were well behaved.
I don't believe that.
Well, there's no evidence to the contrary, so we were well behaved. So what are you doing? What's next for you in your business then? You're just going to continue to do? Because you've got a great business model, to be honest. I mean, everybody would really like yours.
I would love to do more Facebook Lives, but that means I have to come in, get myself all dialed up, and I just want to go out in the garage and work.
No, yeah, I know.
Because Facebook and the algorithm. I mean, most people are saying they're not seeing my stuff anymore because I don't do Facebook Lives anymore.
Yeah, it is difficult. That's one of the reasons I did these talks, was so that I could have scheduled content for one day a week. It's difficult for me to schedule them during the day because the shop can't always guarantee that you've got 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah,
so
7 hours ahead of me.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. What time of the day is it there?
It is right now 2:00.
Yeah. And so it's like maybe 9:00 now here. And so I decided to do it of an evening because it was the only time I could guarantee that I could sit down and do it. So, but yeah, it is difficult to stay seen on Facebook.
Yeah. But I share to a lot of groups, and that assures me that people see my pieces, because everybody gets notified, being in groups. So you get around that algorithm by doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had a conversation about that the other day. Actually, you were brought up that some of the girls over here had been, put in Facebook prison, jail for posting on too many groups. So it don't affect everybody because that don't happen to.
I used to all the time but now I can share because I make all my pieces into a photo album on my Facebook page, and then I share that photo album to all these groups. But I can share to 10 groups and not get put in jail.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to happen.
I brought you up an example because I know that you do that. I've watched you, and I know some of the girls over here can't do it at all without getting thrown in jail, and so they wanted to know why. And I was like, I don't know, because I know you do it. I watch it, and I know other girls that do it that maybe only done it in 3 or 4 groups, and they
thrown in jail a lot.
You did?
Yeah, oh yeah. There was a time that I was in jail a lot, and it was like for 3 weeks. That is torture.
Yeah. Well, and for
your personal page and your business page, but you can't share or comment in any group.
What, when you were in jail?
Yeah.
Right. See, and that's difficult because we're in the same coaching group with Jennifer Wood, and she always says that you should have your own real estate. So in other words, you should, do whatever you're doing on Facebook. You should have your own website that people can go to in case these things happen. Because if Facebook shut you down now, that's your business gone.
Yeah.
And so
I don't have a website.
Oh no.
I don't do WordPress. It just the name word process alone. I mean, I'm getting sweaty. I'm getting really sweaty. I don't do it. Now, if I could pay somebody to do it, I would be fine. But I don't like to sit at the computer for hours on the end trying to decipher how to post a link and code it.
Yeah.
Who enjoys that?
Sorry?
Who enjoys that?
I enjoy it. And there's no more code involved, really. Not anymore. They have simplified it. So it might be worth having another look at.
They have one for dummies?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Back me up.
No, but you've got teenage girls. They're on the gram and all that. They're doing all the jazz. They pay them to do
all
it.
that Snapchat stuff. That's
I
different.
know. Snapchat. I don't get Snap. I'm too old for Snapchat.
I can't stand it because their post disappears right away. And I'm
And I
like,
don't
I
understand it.
can't go look and see what you're doing.
Yeah. And I'm not dumb, but I just don't understand it,
Yeah.
It really confuses me. So I think Instagram's sort of like Snapchat for older people.
Snapchat for old people and dummies.
I'm not sure Instagram would like me to represent them as that. Snapchat for older people. I don't think they'd appreciate that really. Somebody said there is video evidence to the contrary. There isn't. And Bet Hilt said Facebook can be annoying. Yeah, but it's also amazing because I'm chatting to you. Do you know what I mean? So I know the downfalls of social media. It can be, but the positive side of it, I think, is just amazing.
So why don't you do Facebook Live to do these?
Because the quality was really bad.
It is
when
bad.
I did it. When I did it, it was really bad. And originally, I did say I just wanted it to look as professional as possible. So I wanted it to be able to.
Any problems with this? You're clear as day. I can hear you. With Facebook Live, you can't talk at the same time.
No. And for my Facebook Live to work, I have to come off the network and go on to my mobile for it to work. And it works better that way. But of course, you still get, I don't know. I just wanted it to be.
I might have to tell Dixie Belle about this because this is so much nicer.
Yeah. And the two people, but you can do something that's called a talk show. You can have more than two people. And you can share your screen. It's so simple to use.
Oh, that would be cool because Brandy and I and Christina were talking about doing a Facebook Live with the three of us.
Yeah. I should get Brandy on here. She's amazing.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
Her and her husband Sean are freaking hoots. He does all the videoing for her. Yeah.
Oh, so when I watch, I always see our little boys come in, and that's really cute.
I get to see them in a couple weeks. I get to see Tracy's Fancy in a couple weeks. Do Dotson. Fiona. I get to see Fiona. Jennifer Allwood's going to be there.
Down at the Dixie Belle
conference. Yeah, their retailer conference. There's quite a few other people that are going.
What's Jennifer doing down there?
She is the guest speaker.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They're in for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any other conferences this year? You going to General Finishes?
Are they having it again?
I'm not sure. I'd love to go.
I don't think they didn't have one last year. They haven't had one since 2017, right?
Okay. All right. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah.
I think they had it 2 years in a row. And I just remember Chris saying that they didn't make money on it. It was more like a gathering to get everybody in, but I imagine it was expensive to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And doing huge things like that, that's a massive undertaking, isn't it?
Yes, massive. So I don't see them doing it anytime soon. I know that they just got rid of their milk paint line and the chalk style paint line and combined it to one paint that has no VOC. So that'll be interesting to see how well that does.
Yeah. Yeah. I use a lot of their top coats on,
performance
over the years. Yeah, over the years I've used lots of it.
Yeah.
Before I had a shop, I used to paint for other shops, and so I had to paint in the brand that they used. So I got a chance to really use a ton of stuff that I probably wouldn't have used. So yeah, I did. Somebody said, Chris the door. Well, can you see the comments now?
Yeah, I have it on my phone. I can see it on my phone. She is only for about 30-45 minutes north of me in Wyoming.
And that's her a business, Chris Dawn. Chris Donna.
And she's the Bell brand ambassador.
So we said there's a lot of great Dixie Belle ambassadors.
I've worked with a lot of companies, and I could tell you that that company is on point with advertising.
Yeah.
They've got it down when it comes to getting people to work with them and advertise for them.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
We don't get it in this country, so there's no Dixie Belle at all over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Well, of course we know about it because if you're online, you know about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, there's none over here. Yeah. So
Retail Fusion and Homestead House, right?
sorry.
You retail Fusion and Homestead House, right?
Miss Mustard Seed's milk paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they make Homestead House makes Miss Mustard Seed, right?
Yes.
That's what I follow her on Instagram. She's a flippin' hoot.
Miss Mustard Seed?
Yeah.
Marion? Yeah.
I'm watching her.
Yeah. Her style is unmistakable. You can recognize that anywhere.
Oh yeah, and then just the way that she's gone into her drawing and painting, is just unreal what she can put out.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's I'm not very artistic at all, but so when to see somebody else doing that, yeah. I was saying that to Quita when she was on, watching her and Dion. It's not my thing. Well, in fact, you did a Facebook Live, didn't you? You said, nope, that's not my thing. Did you do a live with them where you had to paint in their style and they had to paint in yours?
I would love to learn how to paint abstracts and still life and stuff, but I'm afraid it looked like a cartoon character. I just don't.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Do the fine little details. I just can't.
Yeah. Yeah, she said, yeah, we could teach you. And I'm like, well, she needs to come over and teach us then because that's I did do one piece and it turned out fine. It turned out lovely. I was really pleased with it, but it was painful. I would never do it again. Never do it again. It's painful.
It's like when a friend asked me to go do scrapbooking. Over here, they do these scrapbooks where they do pages, of all your kids and what they go on in their lives. And they do them like all night long. I mean, you're there from like midnight until 6 o'clock in the morning. So I went to one and I brought all my kids' pictures and we were going to do the scrapbook thing. Took me 3 hours to do one page.
But is it not a hobby you're supposed to do like at home in your spare time? Not try to bang it all out?
But if I want to do a whole book on a kid and I'm doing 3 hours on one page, who's got time for that?
I think it's supposed to be pleasure. You're supposed to do it.
It was pure torture.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I learned a lot at school, so I'm not very good at all of that. I'm creative, but not very artistic.
That's why I don't have high hopes for this pillow and sewing machine thing. If I can get a pillow done in 45 minutes or less, I will be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to see that then. You're gonna have to do some Instagram stories at your workshop with where did you say it's on Fabrics?
Yeah, Wednesday I go to Joann's and learn how to use a sewing machine.
Yeah, you'll have to definitely Insta story that.
I told my husband, I said, what will probably end up happening is I'll bring the stupid upholstery home and hot glue it and call it good.
Stage it, no one will know any different.
Yep. Yeah, I sewed this.
Yeah. Just don't let them sit on the cushion. That'd be fine.
It might pop open.
Somebody said we need Dixie Belle here. And somebody else said Quita and Dion are cool.
Yes, I love those two.
Yeah, they're crazy cats. I don't think there's one more there. 2 seconds. Oops. No.
Betty says sewing is fun. Pillows are easy. But I want pillows with zippers. That's the thing. I want to change my pillows out throughout the year and just store the cover, not store a stack of pillows.
Yes, I know what you mean.
So my daughter just came down to eat. So I want to learn how to sew a zipper.
Well, you're going to have to take us along on your journey on your Facebook, on your Instagram stories, and we're going to have to you're gonna be fine.
You're
You're
going to
fine.
screw up several times.
Well, you're gonna screw up before you can do it properly.
Yep, that's true.
It is true. Right, so I'm going to say thank you, Stephanie, for coming on. I know how busy you are, so I really appreciate it.
You're
It's
welcome.
been awesome speaking to you, and I'm gonna seriously think about getting a thing together.
I'll be there.
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it, if I could get
It would
everybody?
be very cool.
I'm going to think about it. Right, so thanks very much for coming on.
You're welcome, honey. Have a good day.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you, everybody. Bye.